So basically, she came to my house, right? Like, so we were kicking it. We decided to, finally, make the actions happen. You feel me? So after we finished, she was telling me like, "Yo, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I wasn't a virgin." And I was like, "Oh, that's fine. Like, what, you had like 2 or 3 or 4 bodies, right?" She's like, "No, no, no, no. I had 40 bodies," and I was like, "Four? I don't even know 40 guys."
What did he say?
Yo, what's going on, guys? In today's video, we're going to be starting a new series called Storytime, where I talk about my life and some stories that happened during my life. Cause I'm gonna be honest, like, I had some crazy things happen to my life, you know what I'm saying? And like, I have some crazy stories, and I thought it'd be pretty funny to tell you guys about my stories because it's really interesting. Okay, so let's start the background of what happened, right? So basically, I met this girl on Instagram or Snapchat, I just can't remember where, right? And me and her, we met, right? Like, so basically what happened before that was, she told me that she goes to this college, you know what I'm saying? And she was like a D1 athlete, and she was like a golf player or whatever. So I was like, oh, that's great, that's amazing, you know what I'm saying? I was like, that's cool, you feel me? I didn't really care at the time because I just wanted to smash, to be honest. But so I drove over to the college, right? Because it was like 20 minutes away. So then I went there to see what's going on, you know what I'm saying? So she tells me to come out, and I come out, we meet, and that same day I had to drop off like condoms at my friend's girlfriend's house because he wanted to smash for the first time with his girl. So that happened the same day, right? So when we were on the way there, we stopped by a 7-Eleven to buy some like condoms, right? And she was like, "Oh, by the way, like, I'm a virgin and whatever." Like, I was like, "Oh, that's fine. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a virgin or not, you know what I'm saying? I respect that, you know what I'm saying?" And then the funny thing is, like, when I was buying the condom, she's like, "No, no, 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 June, get that one." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "No, no, that one's better." I was like, "Wait, how do you know that though?" She's like, "Oh no, I just know." I'm like, "Wait, I thought you were a virgin." She's like, "No, no, 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 just trust me." So I was like, "All right." So then she makes me buy these like large Magnum condoms, right? It's like these huge, big ass fucking condoms. Keep in mind, my dick's like not big, right? So then I bought it, right? So then I went to my friend's girlfriend's house. I dropped it off, and he was like, "Bro, I can't even use these, bro. Like, this shit's like Magnums. Like, what you think this is? Like, we're both Asian, bro." I'm like, "You're right." Like, so I don't know why she made me buy them in the first place, but apparently her justification was that it's like, it feels the best for the guy and the girl. So I was like, "Oh, that makes sense." But at the same time, I was like really suspicious. Like, if you're a virgin, like, how the fuck would you know that? You feel me? 'Cause that got me really sus. So, and she was also Korean, keep in mind. So also, when we were driving back to my house, right, after dropping off the condoms at my friend's house, I decided to just like have a conversation about her with like random stuff, right? We're just talking about like K-dramas and like music, talking about like red flags and stuff like that. It's like an average conversation would be like, "Oh, so like, what's your favorite music? What's your favorite song?" And she'd be like, "Oh, I love this guy or this girl." And I'd be like, "Oh my God, me too." Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta act like you care about the artist when you don't. So she'll say some like weird ass artist, like whoever it is. I'd be like, "Oh yeah, facts. They're fire." You know what I'm saying? That's just called Riz. So then we arrive at our house, right? And I was like, "No, you have to sneak. You gotta be quiet," because it was like 4 a.m. and I just didn't want, you know what I'm saying, my parents to catch me. So she was just sneaking in, right? And then when we're sneaking in, she's being mad loud. Like, she don't give a fuck. She was just like being mad loud, entering the door and shit. So I was so confused. I was like, what the fuck is going on? You feel me? So we went to my room, right? And we were just laying there, and we were watching some movie. And of course, being a guy, like, I want to make a move, right? But I was scared, you know what I'm saying? So we were just talking and stuff like that, like cuddling and stuff. And then all of a sudden, she's just like, "So like, what are we doing here?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "We both know what you want." And I was like, "What do you mean? I don't want anything." She's like, "No, no, no, no. Stop lying. Let's just get it over with." And at that moment, I was like happy at the same time because she was down, but like, I was so like confused. Like, damn, this girl must be a hoe because she's down. You know what I'm saying? She's down for whatever. So we get down to business. We start going crazy in the movie. We pause the movie. I push that shit to the side on my MacBook. I put it on my desk. I'm like, all right. And then we're starting, right? And then like we just gotta do what we gotta do. But the crazy thing is, like, it took me so long to get hard. Like, I could not get hard for my life. Like, it's like no matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't get hard. Like, and I don't know why. Maybe it was the fact that like she lied to me of being a virgin or whatever. But like, it just took me so long to get hard. And when I did, like, it just wasn't that good. You feel me? It just didn't feel the same. So like after it was done, like I was just telling her, "Oh, like, we gotta go now because I'm done now. Post nut clarity. You feel me? Like, get the fuck out. You feel me?" And she's like, "Oh, okay, but by the way, like, you know how I told you I was a virgin, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah. What's up?" She's like, oh, I'm not a virgin. I'm like, oh, that's fine. Like, you can have what, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 bodies. You know, it's not a big of a deal. You know, because like a lot of people these days have a couple bodies. You know, it's normal, and I don't like judge people for that. You know what I'm saying? She's like, no. I don't have more than 1 or 2. I have more than 10. I was like, I was like, oh, you have 10. I mean, that's not that bad, right? 10, you know, whatever. She's like, no, but it's more than 10. It's 20. I was like, nah. I was like, 20 is crazy. I was like, I don't even know 20 guys, right? So I was like, all right. I was like, the first question I asked was, do you have STDs? And she's like, no, of course not. Like, I get checked every month. And I'm like, I knew that was cap. Like, I know she does not. So then I'm like, how many bodies do you really have? Like, I won't get mad. She's like, you promise? And I was like, yeah, like, I promise. Like, how many bodies do you have? And she's like, I have like at least, not even I have. It's at least 40 bodies. And I was like, 40 fucking bodies, bro? Bro, how do you even know 40 guys? Like, I just genuinely don't understand. How do you even meet 40 guys? And I was so confused. I was like, bro, I looked down at, I was like, bro, I gotta get this shit fucking checked out ASAP. So I was like, yo, get the fuck out. You know, maybe that's disrespectful on me, but I was like, yo, get the fuck out. This girl's a fucking treesh. Like, yo, get out of my house. She Uber back home, right? In that same hour, I was searching up every single symptom of STDs, right? I was going on every wiki, every website, looking up what happens after I fuck a girl who has hella bodies. Like, what's my chance of getting AIDS and what's my chance of getting gonorrhea? So I was scared as fuck. So I missed school that day, by the way. And I go to the urgent care, right, to get like these checkup, you know, blood work done. And then I go there and I just see like a lot of people waiting in line. So I'm so eager because I'm like, is everyone just going for the same girl or what's going on? So then I get into the doctor's booth or whatever, and then she's telling me like, did you use condoms? And I was like, no, ma'am, I didn't. And she's like, why the fuck would you not use condoms? And I was like, excuse me, ma'am. She told me she was a virgin, but then she said she had 40 bodies, and I just couldn't risk it. And I just wanted to make sure that I don't have STD. She's like, young man, you're very stupid. Make sure to never have raw sex. And I was like, of course. And I gotta listen to my doctor, but I never listened to that advice. But, you know, I just said yes. So then she makes me get this blood work done, right, which is normal and fine. And at the end, I had to get a shot in my ass. Like, she injected this. She's like, yo, bend over. So I bend over, right, like this. My ass is out. She takes down my pants and just injects this fucking shit into my ass. And I was like, what the fuck is that? He's like, oh, it's this to prevent, like, you know, like gonorrhea and herpes and shit. And I was like, thank you. But, like, it was just a crazy moment in my life because I experienced two crazy, like, a shot in my ass and a girl lying about her body count in the same day. So that's got to be one of, like, top 20 craziest days of my life, man. If you guys want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe, like, you know what I'm saying, show some support, because it just proves to me that you guys want to see more content and more story time like this. And I love you guys, and have a great rest of your day.